Vice Chancellor of the Aquinas College, Senior Professor C.N. Fernando, distinguished gathering, parents and dear students. So, thank you again for inviting me to have this speech here. My title is Importance of Research and Innovation, Empowering Tomorrow Leaders. So before I move on to the deep, let's discuss about what is the research and what is innovation. Okay, so when I was preparing this slide, I was searching for a definition for research. So then I thought of using a proper dictionary to find the answer for it. Then I used two different dictionaries. First one is Oxford Language Dictionary, another one is the Cambridge Dictionary. The meaning for research, what is the research? According to the Oxford Language Dictionary, research is the systematic investigation into and study of material and sources in order to establish facts and reach new conclusions. The same, I use the Cambridge to find the definition. Research is a detailed study of subject, especially in order to discover new information or reach new understanding. By combining both the definition, what is the research is? Research is doing something in a proper way, in a systematic way, to get new understanding to the world. Okay, let's move forward. Before I forget, just I want to congratulate those who completed their research work and presented here today. Not only the presenters, I saw that there are many other students also completed their research. So research is kind of cycle process. So I know how you started your research project. Of course, first of all, you got your title. Once you got the title, the first thing you did, identify the research problem. Once you identify your research problem, according to the problem, you just search for existing knowledge. Existing knowledge meaning is a literature survey. The where you find the research gap to the existing knowledge. Once you know the research gap to the existing knowledge, you just create a hypothesis. Like our student presented here, they came up with their hypothesis. Then based on hypothesis, you design your research method. Then you perform your research experiment, right, the way you want. Then you got your data collection. Once you got the data collection, of course, you start with the interpretation as well as reporting your findings. That's how you complete your research. That's the cycle. Okay, let's talk about the innovation then. Okay, innovation, again, I use the same two dictionary to find the definition for the innovation. Innovation is the action or process of innovating. That's according to the Oxford Dictionary. According to the Cambridge Dictionary, the innovation is a new idea or method or use of new idea or methods. By combining both, what we can say innovation is use a novel idea or method to our use. That's the innovation. What are the type of innovation? Sometimes you might think is innovation always be a product. No, it's not the product. Sometimes can be a service. Sometimes can be a process. Or is a business model. As a product, we know we can name thousands of products as an innovative product. As Vice Chancellor mentioned here, right? This one is an innovative product. This iPhone. Every year, right, they are releasing the innovative product. For that one, they do a lot of research and innovation. And also the service. We can take very local example as example for innovation service. Recently, you know, during that fuel shortage in Sri Lanka, we didn't have the proper system to allocate the fuel. Then the government came up with the new innovative solution where they create in the QR system. That's the innovative service. Likewise, innovation can be in many ways. Okay, let's talk about what are the dimensions for the innovation. Mainly, the innovation have kind of common criteria. Innovation must be a feasible one. Innovation must be a viable one. Innovation must be a desirable one. Those are the three major things we can see any type of innovation. But recently, we have added one more. We have added one more criteria to the innovation, which is a sustainability. Now we are looking 4 different criteria to evaluate in innovation. First one, viable, feasible, sustainable, and desirable. Those are the 4 different criteria we are looking when you are evaluating innovation. Let's talk about what is the relation between the innovation and research. Because as you know, innovation is a kind of translating your idea or invention into product, service, or process that create value for the society. The same way, the research also a systematic study to find the new knowledge which leads to positive outcome for the people or community. We have the kind of common thing when we are doing innovation and research. Finally, it will benefit for the society. The beauty, the most of the innovation emerge from research finding and insight. That's why we have to do the research. If we want to do the innovation, we have to perform the research. Most of the innovation emerge from research finding and insight. Let's see more detail. I will take one example. I'll take one example. This is a very common example. Magnetic resonance imaging. You know, this one is mostly used by medical persons to get some idea about the diseases and make a kind of treatment process for the patients. So you know how this MRI started. MRI not just started with the innovation product. It started with the pure basic research. The person, Paul Lauterberg, in 1971, he was doing basic research in magnetic field gradient. Of course, after he concluded his research, he published his research finding in Nature journal. Then after a few years, not only him, with his knowledge, with other multidisciplinary researchers together, they have developed this MRI machine. Now MRI machine is very useful product, innovative product to the world, not only for the medical purposes, for other purposes as well. So that's how the innovation is happening. Always starting with the research. Let's go to the little bit more statistics about this innovation and research. Normally, the index for the research, scholarly work. The index for the innovation, number of patents. You can see here how many number of scholarly work come in over the years, starting from 1950 up to now. On your right-hand side, you can see number of patents produced over the years, starting from 1950 to now. You can see the same trend is rapidly improving the innovation as well as the scholarly work. Why we are seeing this rapid increment? Because science every day is improving. Our life every day is enhancing. That's why we can see this trend. I will take one example from there. In year 2023, how many scholarly work published? You can see number 10 million scholarly work has published by different researchers. The same way you can see how many patent has published in year 2022. There are 7 million patent published. You can see number of research work and number of innovation. It's not kind of big difference. Number of research works 10 million, number of invention 7 million. That's why we have to perform research. By doing research, the end would be a innovation, the patent. Let's move on. So, just whenever we do the innovation or research, finally we want to develop commercial development. When we think about the commercial development, it will go through the different stages. Those stages we call as a technology readiness level. There are 9 stages has to go through when we complete the commercial viable product. So, what are those 9 stages? The first 3 stages we call is a research. The second 3 stages we call as a development. The last 3 stages we call as a deploy. Those are the 3 things together we come as a product development to the world. That's why we have to, the base for that one, TRL base always is research. The research is so important. Let's talk about a little bit more detail about this TRL. You see now, once you have your research idea, how you started your research, right? The first you have the idea, then you have to perform your lab work and make report based on your finding and present your data to the audience like you did today. The first 3 stages where you start with the basic principle testing, then of course you have to formulate your technological concept, then you can prove your concept. Your idea you have to prove based on the lab result. Then secondly, whatever you did your lab, you have to simulate that lab work to the environment, real world. Then there you have to consider other factors like you have to validate your technology in making a prototype or whatever the things. So then that one, the simulated thing, you have to translate to the real world. Translate and simulate the things to the real world, it is not easy. That's a big challenge because you have to consider so many facts. Not only the product, you have to think about the society, you have to think about the cost. There are many other the analysis you have to perform when you come to the commercial development. So anyway, so the development is not coming just like this. The starting always the research, the end of course the commercial development. So then let's talk about why research and innovation are really important. There are plenty of things we can name why research and innovation are important. But here I am taking few examples to say why research and innovation are important. The first one is advance in knowledge. As I mentioned before, every day we are advancing knowledge. So, as I mentioned, this one, this iPhone or the iPad, every year they are releasing new product. Every year they are releasing new product. How this new product came out? How this new product is coming out? Of course, they have to do in the back end, they are doing a lot of research and innovation. That's why we see that every year new product is coming with a lot of features and new design and so on. That's an advance in knowledge. It will advance the science and technology. So, it is very important to solve real world problem. We can take several examples. I will take very recent example. 2 years back, we were suffering with the COVID pandemic. In the early stage of the pandemic, we didn't have the proper vaccine to attack with that COVID virus. So then, the researchers, all the companies who can develop the vaccine, they come up with a few vaccines which can protect or go against with this coronavirus. So that's how we solve real world problem. So likewise, the economic growth. I can take one example, which is South Korea. In 1970, they were very poor. They were developing country. Now they claim as the developed country. How they claim as a developed country? Under South Korea, now they have very innovative few brand names. Samsung, LG, Hyundai, Kia, all those things coming from South Korea. That's the research and innovation. I think likewise, we can name many other countries doing and using this research and innovation to grow their economy. Again, environmental sustainability. We all know the fossil fuel is kind of running out. So we have to find the alternative for fossil fuel. So we are doing it. We are researching it. We are already doing solar cell research. We are already doing fuel cell research to find out alternative renewable solution for our energy crisis. That's how we are answering environmental sustainability using research and innovation. So, improving quality of life, of course, our quality of life every day improving because of research and innovation. I am not going to get many examples. You know, there are plenty of examples you can take for that. Okay, so you can see there are few bulbs, but only one bulb can be illuminated. So I will leave the open question for you. Does all research need to be innovative? Does all research need to be innovative? That's the open question for you. Thank you very much for your attention, and also thank you very much for inviting me for this speech.